For early access plus exclusive content, facilitated discussions, live one-on-one Q&As, and more, become a patron at patreon.com/BrucePoinsett.
Prior to participating in the rally, we had like a space that was exclusively for Black people to, you know, sit with their pain and to be amongst each other and talk and whatever that they needed to do, which was really healing. And so felt like there needed to be more of a need for that, and an opportunity for that to like build community as well as power. I think was really the intention behind creating SOBLACC. And I think what also was the impetus for us to create this organization was around, you know, orgs and companies and cities was making all these statements and denouncing racism and making these proclamations and resolutions and all of these things. And then I know here in Ashland, the city of Ashland also created a resolution about their stance. And I mean, in terms of like verbiage, all great. However, I think at the crux of the issue was the fact that Black people are the most impacted by racism, right? And in any resolution, any solution to the racist problem should include Black voices, and not only include them, but center Black voices. And that was not happening. Not only was it not happening, it was also clear what happens here is a lot of tokenization of like, they might recruit a Black person into a leadership role at their organization, and then they become the voice of Black people, which for us is problematic. But like, just because you're in a role of leadership does not mean you're a community leader. Those are two different things, and we're clear on that. And so it was like, how do we? You see my child. How do we make sure that we are engaging actual Black community in these processes and making sure that they're informed, making sure that we're hearing from them, and making sure that they're leading, and that you're doing what they say they need in order to have the Black life that they deserve, that we all deserve, versus you coming up with solutions. Right, you don't even know no Black people, so how are you going to actually speak for what are the needs of Black people? And not to say that you cannot be compassionate or that you can't help be in service to, but at the end of the day, we really do feel like Black voices need to be centered in this solution making, and so that's what we set out to do.
That's real. And also, something that I wanted to say is, Ashland is like a really cool place. Like I like it here. It's a beautiful place. It's wonderful. The air smells hella nice. But for a Black person, it's a lonely ass place. You know, it's lonely. You don't know where to find other Black people. I joke about this all the time, but I'm serious when I say it. Like when I feel like I need to see some Black folks, you know where I go? I go to the Albertsons, because I know that some of them work there. And I know, and I've seen them so often because my office is by the Albertsons, that when I used to give them the head nod, they would just like keep it lit. But now I see them so often. Now they hit me back with the head nod, and now they're verbal with me and they speak to me, and that makes me feel good. And I want other people to feel that way as well. So like we want to build a community here. We want to let when Black folks come here and they're like, I don't know if I want to stay, we want to let them know, look. We're here and we have fun, you know. We want to play dominoes tonight, you know. We have fun. We want to have a movie night, you know. We want to do these things. We want to have fun, and we want to build community so that you want to stay and you want to build a life here, because it is a great place to live. And I mean, other than just not that many Black folks.
And I would say, I think what we also wanted to do was, yes, definitely provide community and culturally specific community activities that, like, you know, if you're from particularly if you're from other places, like it's very, you know, there's the nostalgia of like things of the past that you used to do that you feel like you might not be able to do because you're living here. But we were like, we can still do those things. Just because we're living here don't mean that we have to change who we are and the things that we like. But in addition to that, we also wanted to make sure that we are not just convening around pain, right? Like that we can be proactive and not have to be reactive and around things that are happening to us, but we have the opportunity and the power to create the spaces, the lives, the policies, the environment that we want to have. And so we want to be convening and communicating, and not just in times of like tragedy, but also preemptively, so that we're planning and we're being strategic and we're, you know, putting people in office and those type of things as well, so that we are really feeling like this is our home, that we belong here, that we're part of this fabric here, that we're invested here, and that this space, the Ashland belongs, and not just Ashland, right? We're representing Southern Oregon, and really right now that's kind of focused mostly on like the Rogue Valley, but with hopes to expand into like also Josephine County, but to really say that this belongs to us too. And who's to say that it doesn't? We're here.
We're gonna be here.